do extruding down through the neck area. Before we do, I'll just use soft selection, and we'll pull that mouth back towards the center line. I've just double clicked on an edge on the center line there. Let's get rid of soft selection now. I'll just move by using scale. I'll just move everything back together and then bring it back to the center. We'll do that more accurately towards the end. That's done it enough for now. It's got us nicely in line, like so. Now we'll extrude down through the center of the neck there, down through here and down at the back, and then join them up. So if we just tweak these first couple and then select the edge there and extrude down a couple of times. Let's go back and just tweak as we always do. We'll have a look at it in perspective mode in a moment. Just fill in that section there. Merge those 2 points. Just making sure they're where we need them to be. Quickly have a look in perspective as we always do. They seem fine. And then work our way down here as well, just double check it from both sides. This would be the front of here, and then we'll extrude inwards to make it a very prominent area. Down again. And again. And again. Very straight lines on this one, so not too much tweaking needed. Like so. Oops. Extruded that edge by mistake there, I didn't mean to do that, so I'll get rid of that. Select these edges here. And then I'm just going to switch it into perspective mode and have a look. That's fine. And just extrude back. Okay. And then start move that one, and then one more extrude, and then we'll start joining that up. And I think I'll go back and do it in perspective mode. And we'll join that area up there. So let's put a split through here to give us more polygons to work with. Just looking for opportunities now to seal these all together. Just using merge wherever possible. Now what we'll probably do there is tuck that in a little bit and then use that there. Which is where we turn the polygon edge. And I'm going to actually split this one. Select all three of those and then Shift and X and split that. We don't want to be using too many polygons in here now. Let's go back to our two views. Like so. We need to fill this area in with as limited amount of polygons as possible. And then we're on to the back of the neck. So back to this view. And let's work up here bit by bit. So we'll start from the bottom this time. Just redistributing as I go, looking at the two views. This is obviously going to get too wide now, but what it will do is allow me to split from top to bottom. Select the top, select the bottom, Alt and E, and then Shift and X. I'll split those nicely. And we'll fill in this area here. And then we'll cut the polygons how we want them. Like so. Use X for the cut tool and cut through here. We'll end it there and then get rid of that triangle by coming to the edge like so. Making compromises now a little bit. But that's simply because I'm not too bothered about these little areas, as long as these main muscles are looking fine, which that one is. A little bit square there really, so we'll probably go in, tweak that. Obviously subdividing it will take care of it, but it's always better to have it looking nice at this stage. Bring it down at the bottom, ready to do the shoulder blade. Collarbone, should I say. And now we'll go around the back. I'm going to extrude my way down the back. Obviously only looking at the back here because there's no point looking at the front. I'll take it as far as that for now and come round and have a look at it. Bring it round, arch it round. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Control Z. now we can have a look at the front. I'm going to use soft selection. Just check it how much influence we want, and then bring it out like so. Go to 3D. In our perspective mode, reduce the influence there. Just don't want to come off the center line too much. Just gone a little bit too far. So soft selection, switch it off. And then start bringing this in for the collarbone. Rotate it around. Rotate it around here. And finally the last one there. Back to our reference. Again, could go to ghost shade, but we'll struggle on without it. Make sure the two are matching. And then because we've defined that quite well there, I think we'll go into perspective mode. We'll start filling in down here. And just stitch the polygons together using a pen. Just run a couple of splits. Two different ways you saw me there. One you can select across, and two just splitting across the edge. Leave a triangle there for a moment, because we can go back and fix that with a split here. Just going to smooth that now, that area. Just a couple of little smooth commands. Now, I'm just going to make a huge polygon there and smooth it, but I won't do that. And just put that one back. This is finish this corner off here. We're just going over points that the tools that I'm using now are just tools that I've used before anyway. So I'm just looking at opportunity. I'm going to take out that actually because I think I've put too many polygons in there. Just clean this up a little bit. And I can finish it here differently. So all I've done there is just get rid of the 5-sided and the triangle that I'd created. Just doing a little bit of smoothing. Nothing major at this stage because we will have to tweak it back. Just remembering the reference there. I'll split through here and give me an edge like so. And then we'll just do the last couple of splits down here before we join it, and then make the shoulder blade, the collarbone. I keep saying shoulder blade by mistake. Okay, just a bit of a smooth that. And just making sure that the muscles are defined well enough, because we've smoothed a lot. Might have lost a lot of the muscle definition. So go back, just make sure the muscles are clearly visible, and then we'll go back to the reference. Again, because we smoothed it, we lost a bit there. Went a little bit too far there at the bottom, so soft selection back on, and we'll have that back to where the reference was. Again, around the front, we'll just pull that forward and down the back to level with the reference. To perspective, I think we're fine with that all the way around, which is good. And because it's a bust, what I tend to do is, let's turn soft selection off. Because I'm going to mirror it across, I'll select that edge all the way around there, and I'm just going to seal the bust at the bottom. So I'll just use an extrude command for this, scale it in. Keep that on the center line, roughly, and roughly there. Bring it in slightly. Just extrude again. Scale it in that way. All I'm doing here is just making a bottom for the bust, really. Can help to stop some of the snapping to the centre when we do that. It's not that important. And then just seal it off and try and keep it to quads, obviously. worrying too much about how I'm doing it, really. Oops, missed that one. There we go. And that's given me a sealed bottom there. Smooth it a little bit. And I will run a split all the way around the edge quite tight to give me a nice tight crease. We'll just run these back to the centre roughly. Keep these away from the edge. Okay, double click this again. That brings us nicely back to a flat centre. Don't think there's any. I'll just quickly run around, select the edge again, and just quickly check that the edge is all sealed, which it is. And that the pivot is on the centre line, which it is. Just looking, I think I'll just literally looking for any problems when I go to mirror it. Might seal behind the eye in a moment, and then we'll mirror it and do the final tweaking.